back to the Fever for this week's Coach's Chalk Talk session, and we're lucky enough to be joined by Coronado head coach Butch Henderson. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, George.
Coronado went on the road last week and picked up a big win, season-opening win over El Paso Franklin, 49-28. Coach, talk a little bit about the game, going all the way out there, playing a team that you played in the playoffs last year, and going out and getting a big win to start off the season.
You know, we went in that ball game knowing that we had beat them by 2 points out there in a bi-district ball game a year ago. Our kids knew that they had 7 defensive starters back and several of their offensive starters back. And I thought really came ready to play. I thought defensively we really set a tempo. We gave up a few big plays, but, boy, we really dug in and played well against an explosive offense. And then offensively we moved the ball. We got the ball in the end zone, and then defense got a touchdown back to put us back up by 2, and then we just stayed after them all the way through the ball game.
And I know you went into the game with a lot of young kids, a lot of first-time players, and I'm sure you were anxious to see how they were going to perform at the varsity level for the first time. How do you feel like they did overall?
I thought we played really well. You know, we've got several kids that got experience last year playing behind other players, but never had to start the ball game, step on the field, set the tempo to start it out, and we got that experience Friday night.
And I thought one of the big keys, and you kind of mentioned it a little bit, was you jumped out to a lead. Franklin came back, but the kids had the wherewithal, and it seemed, I guess, maybe the maturity to kind of withstand that, regain their composure, go back up, and get the lead back, and they never let it go again.
In football, you can scrimmage, you can know how to execute, but how you handle the momentum swings of a ball game is really, really important to you. And I thought we did a great job of that. I thought that, as that momentum swung one way or swing the other, that the group coming on the field, whether that was a kicking unit or whether that was offense or defense, really did a great job of standing up at that time and making plays. I thought, offensively, after they had scored, we took the ball back and drove, which is important, regaining some momentum. And then one of those times we had a turnover, and our defense came on the football field and shut them out and didn't let them have any points, deep in their own territory. And I think that makes a big difference in how you play.
Now, one of the things, everybody that knows Coronado knows that they're going to throw the football. That's what they do. And Coach has been fortunate enough to display their basic offensive formation up here for us. Coach, talk to us, when you're in this formation, what is it the quarterbacks or receivers are looking at as far as, the defense and where the holes are, or basically take us through this play and, what everybody is looking at on this thing?
George, what we're really doing is you're trying to spread the field, and I know we've got them kind of bunched up like they're in the field here, but you're spreading out across the football field. It's a 2-by-2 set where you've got 2 wide receivers on each side. What makes us a little different than most people is that we use a tight end in to that one side and use him as part of our offense. What you're really looking for is, can you make the defense balance up? And if you can balance them up, where can you get the matchups that you're trying to get to try to get the ball in people's hands? And you're not always trying to make it go deep. You're throwing it underneath, letting somebody catch the ball and run with it.
Now, are the receivers looking to go to a specific zone? Are they looking for an open area, or do they have, like most every other offensive formation, have specific routes they have to run?
Well, they run a route, but you read routes, and you as you run the route, you're reading the coverage. So the coverage will make a difference on how your route comes out. Even though, back when I was growing up, you said if you were going to run a post, you ran a post. You may start the route as a post, but because of how the coverage sets, then that may turn into another way, another break for that receiver. Now,
obviously, you got to be able to run the football as well, and you guys do a good job running the football, or at least have in the past, out of this formation. Is it mostly a check down a lot of times, or is it a call play? What determines whether it's run or pass?
Well, depends. And as a coach, that's one of those things. Sometimes you just call things from the sidelines and you're calling a run, and they adapt the run by the defense. Sometimes you're looking at that and they're looking back at me, and we've got pairs with runs and passes, or sometimes they're looking at that quarterback, and that quarterback, if the run's not there or there's 7 in the box, then he's not going to run it. He's going to throw it with the read that comes off of it.
Well, it's whatever you guys have been doing the last few years has been working, no matter who's been in there running the show. And obviously, you've been putting up some high numbers, and obviously I think it's going to keep working for years to come. Coach Henderson, we appreciate you joining us this week on Chalk Talk.